Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video. If you haven't figured it out already, I am a huge fan of toys, gadgets, everything to do with tech and video. I mean, really, this isn't even an office, it's more of a toy room. Last week, while I was in the States, I picked up a new toy. It's the DJI Osmo. Gotta tell you, I thought I was getting the Osmo Plus, but somehow I ended up with the Osmo. Doesn't matter. In this video, we're not gonna do a full review, but we are gonna look at my first impressions after using the DJI Osmo for a week. So if you haven't seen one before, this is the DJI Osmo. It's essentially an action camera on a stabilized gimbal that you can hold in one hand and walk around and get extremely stable footage. To use it, you just mount your smartphone in the phone holder, download the app, pair the two together, and you can control and monitor what you're filming from your phone. Currently, these are selling for $569 US for the Osmo version. Now, my first impressions when using it is that I was totally blown away. I thought the footage would be pretty good, but the footage is awesome. It shoots in 4K and it'll also shoot in slow motion 120 frames per second at 1080p. So that's pretty cool. The footage that comes out of this thing is incredibly smooth. Even if you're just walking along and not trying to hold this thing stable, the footage is awesome. It's insanely easy to use, it's quick to turn on, it's quick to pick up for any stable run and gun footage. The camera does struggle in low light situations, but if you're filming during the day or in a well-lit environment, then it'll be fine. Now, you will need additional batteries because these batteries only seem to last around an hour. And also be aware that it does drain your phone's battery pretty quick as well. Now, as I said, I have only had the Osmo for just over a week now, but I have had some major issues with the app. Could just be me, could be my setup. I have tried it on multiple phones and they've had the same issue. There was probably about 4 or 5 goes back to back where I wasn't able to connect to the Osmo device. Even though the Wi-Fi was connected, the two seemed to be talking together. Every time I opened the app would crash. That was on a Samsung Galaxy Note 5 and also an iPhone 6. Now, besides the fact of having quick access to getting some really good looking stabilized video footage, the other reason that I purchased this device was to help out with creating B-roll, to get some really polished, stable shots of things like mobile phones or microphones, other things that we talk about on this channel, to create them quickly and easily. But this device is actually pretty useless when it comes to creating B-roll footage like that. The focus point on this camera is 1.5 meters, which means that anything closer than 1.5 meters will be out of focus. It's a fixed focus. There is no autofocus or focus adjustment. You are locked in at 1.5 meters and beyond, everything will be in focus. So that totally rules out using it for B-roll unless you want to be more than 1.5 meters away. So that's not totally a deal breaker, but it is one big use case that I thought would be awesome for this device. That's not going to happen. But the DJI Osmo Plus has autofocus and it has a focus point of 50 centimeters rather than 150. Now, you can also go live to things like Facebook Live direct from the device, which is awesome, except for the fact that nothing is going to be in focus less than 1.5 meters, which is going to be very hard because I wouldn't imagine that too many people have arms that are 1.5 meters long. So as I said, definitely not a technical review. Those are just my thoughts, my opinions after using the device for just over a week now. Overall, I think it's incredibly awesome. I was just blown away with the quality and how stable the footage was and how easy it is to set up and use. But for me, I think I'm gonna upgrade to the Osmo Plus purely for the autofocus and the much shorter focus distance, which is gonna make it a lot more usable. If you found this video helpful, we'd really appreciate a share, a thumbs up, or a comment. It really makes a huge difference. Make sure you head over to primalvideo.com/subscribe to subscribe to our weekly video updates. I'll see you next time.